Hey everyone, Maya here, and this is another episode of Talkie Tidbits. Alright, so I've been thinking today, mostly because I did a little clear up of some binders and papers and stuff I had. I've been thinking about something I remember hearing in a show I watched before. Well, I think it might have been Maria Kondo's show on tidying up and all that. It might have been. Or maybe I heard it somewhere else, but that's besides the point. I've been thinking today how sometimes one way to clear out your mental clutter, all that stuff that feels jumbled in your brain that you're trying to sort out internally, but maybe having a hard time doing that sometimes. I've thought about how maybe you can start by clearing out physical clutter to kind of give yourself room to assess your mental clutter, if any. So, like today, I had to help move some tables around, and having done that, I decided, since I was already helping move tables and like dust off tables and stuff, I just decided I'd go through all the binders I've had since my second to last year of high school and just go through them and figure out, what am I doing with these papers, just sort it out, like asking myself, what do I really need? What do I actually want to do? Because what I used to do, because when I was in 11th grade, so second to last year of high school, I decided to start trying a new technique for note-taking using binders. Now, I'm just gonna say right now that I know, depending on the person, binders work great, or for some people, like myself, honestly, notebooks might work better. But for me, for a while I tried binders, and I wanted to have like a section for each subject and all that. But long story short, binders just didn't work for me. I felt that after a while I just got very overwhelmed by all the papers that I'd have to sort through, and sometimes I would forget to sort through them, especially since I had a lot of textbook readings when the textbooks were like loose leaf, so they could be like certain chapters could be picked out of a binder. But basically, I thought to myself, why did I start doing binders? Because I got bored of notebooks and I thought maybe they were an old-fashioned type of thing? No. I just think at that time in my life, I wanted to try something new. And it turns out it didn't really work as well as notebooks had, because now I'm back to taking notes in a notebook. And it's seriously helped me for a lot of subjects because it's just bound in the notebook. And I don't have to worry about sorting it. I just think about the notes, not about sorting. And that's the thing I think people can benefit from life. You have the courage to try something new, but don't be afraid if it doesn't end up working out for you. And this could be literally anything, not just papers and note-taking. It could be a new approach to maybe an art that you like. It could be a new approach to a hobby that you enjoy. It could be a new approach to a food that you like to eat or make, or I don't know. You come up with other ideas if you've got any in mind. But that's just some ideas. But what I've learned from this seemingly note-focused, paper-sorting chaos of jumbles of information and papers I don't need and all that, what I've learned from it, I feel, is that sometimes your clutter in your head can be helped. I'm not saying it can be completely evaporated. I'm not saying it can be completely solved by this, but I think a lot of times if we clear up our physical clutter, if we still feel any clutter in our mind afterwards, then we know that's the mental clutter and not just the chaos or presence of any physical clutter. Like I try to keep my area, like my desk and stuff, I try to keep those areas fairly tidy because I feel like I cannot focus when it's a total mess, when it's like a total disaster and I can't find anything. So really, if I do something like that, if I clear up the physical clutter and I still feel like I'm mulling over something in my mind, then I can actually just narrow it down and be like, okay, there's no physical clutter that I'm worried about or that I'm anxious to clean up or tidy up. So this has got to be mental clutter, and then from there you can deal with that however you may. But again, like I've said, the point of all this is, at least from what I've learned, is that sometimes you can try things and they don't work out for you, but you just learn from those experiences, right? Because life's all about learning new things, and most importantly, staying true to yourself, right? You're forming your own opinions about things, but at the same time, you're not sacrificing a moral compass, right? I think that's very important, that we grow and we learn and we live and we make mistakes. We fall down and we stand back up, right? But at the same time, we have a moral compass to help us hone in on, like, what do I feel is right, or what do I feel is maybe not a good thing to do, things like that. So this is just kind of honestly a more brief episode recording of Hockey Tidbits that I wanted to do today. But I've been kind of excited about it, just thinking about how little things like a little tidying can maybe help you sort through some of the jumble and clutter in your mind, if that makes sense. Alright, so there's some food for thought. And until next time, I'm Maya, and this is Hockey Tidbits out.